I just found out that I'm a lucky charm. Then my real rich parents showed up at my door. When they realized I couldn't bring them luck, my rich brother sneered at me. You're a broke, plain Jane. You're nothing compared to Linda's cuteness. My rich dad thought I was lying. You think you can make up this lucky charm nonsense and win our love? Dream on. My rich mom dismissed me completely. I wish I'd never given birth to you. I wish you'd just die somewhere. And the fake daughter, the green tea Linda, pretended to be pitiful, apologized to me, begged me, and we could all live together. I really just laughed. If my real rich parents can't love me, why don't I just turn my adoptive parents into the real wealthy ones? Since I was little, I'd find money on the street. I'd ace every big exam unexpectedly and top the class. Anyone I've ever blessed has their wishes come true. That's why everyone adores me. When I turned 20, I found out I had this lucky charm thing going on. Right about then, my real rich parents half believed the rumors and came looking for me. 2 guys and a girl stood with them. They were my replacement Linda, and my brothers Ken and John after I got lost. So you're the one with the lucky charm? You don't look like it. You're broke and plain. John looked at me with pure disgust, as if he wanted to tear me apart. Would have been better if you just died out there. Linda wouldn't have been sad and up all night then. Seeing my annoyed frown, Linda looked over with a challenging glare. My rich dad put on a fake smile. We're your real parents. You've got to come home with us. And Wendy was crying. We can't live without you, honey. My adoptive parents held me tight, tears flowing, but they respected my choice, Becky. If you want to go back, just come visit us sometimes, okay? Honestly, I had zero urge to go with them, but I was a bit curious about my real parents, so I decided to go see. As soon as I got to the villa, my decked-out rich dad's face changed. I brought you back because the company's not doing well. I gave you life. Now it's time to pay up. They shoved stock charts in front of me, hoping I'd find them some winning stocks. I just scratched my head with a goofy grin. I have no idea. That sent him over the edge, smashing the tablet to pieces. Ken stayed stone-faced. Told you guys from the start. This lucky charm stuff is all fake. Just a story she spread to get home. Rich dad stormed out, slamming the door. Linda's eyes welled up. Sister, could you stop taking my mom and dad? And lying isn't right. Mrs. Wendy lost all patience. Gave me a once-over. Where'd this peasant come from? I didn't give birth to anyone like you. But you're here now, you want to stay, fine. She pointed to a corner storage room. Stay there for now. Linda burst into tears instantly. Mom, where will my new puppy stay then? Is she gonna kick it out as soon as she arrives? Am I next? I can't let go of Mommy. Wendy panicked. What's she to us anyway? If your dad didn't buy into her lucky charm tale, I would have wished she died out there ages ago. John comforted Linda for a bit, but seeing her tears didn't stop, he ran over and kicked me. Get out. You're not welcome here. And don't think you can take anything of Linda's. They all looked at me with such animosity, like I was some repulsive bug. I finally lost all my fantasies about these blood ties and said, bored, you want me gone? I won't come back for sure. Are you really not gonna regret it? Regret? Hell no. Best if you die out there, so we never see you again. John spat out his curse viciously. Linda blinked. I know you want to come back. Tell you what, apologize and let's live together, okay? Ken lovingly patted her head. You're just too kind. That's why you get hurt by these small-minded people. I couldn't stand the sight of this awful family anymore. Letting out a cold chuckle, I pulled out a severing family ties agreement. You might want to think twice. Regret? Wendy flicked her hand with Linda's triumphant look in her eyes. I've been wishing I never gave birth to you. I returned to my adoptive parents, calmly telling them what happened. My gentle adoptive mom teared up. How could they do this to you? Even a stranger shouldn't ever hear such vile things. I comforted them. Don't worry, Mom and Dad. I had hopes, but since they don't value this bond, I'm sticking with you two as my only parents from now on. Dad's eyes watered, and he pulled out his long-treasured good wine. We've always treated you like our own. Loved only you. We may not be as rich, but our love won't be any less. I couldn't help but smile and cry at once. I know. I never doubted I was adopted because my adoptive parents treated me so well, even better than most treat their own kids. I've been happy, but because of how people can be, I kept my lucky charms edge hidden. Now that I'm 20 and on my own, I'm starting to change my mind. Grabbing Dad's hand, I said out of the blue, Dad, doesn't your company have a few second-hand houses? Can you send me their locations? A few days back, coming home, I'd seen an old man dressed simply standing in front of a building on the outskirts of town, seemingly deep in thought. Using the locations Dad gave me, I found where the old man had been. Though it's out of the way, it's fully equipped and keeps some charming old buildings. I told Dad without hesitation to buy the second-hand house there. He was puzzled but trusted me anyway. This house cost him most of his savings. But my name was the only one on the deed. I was stunned, looking up confused. Dad smiled warmly. Since you like this house, and I don't have much to give, consider it a 20th birthday gift. Mom made all my favorite dishes and joyfully put a handmade hat on me. Eat up today. We're celebrating our darling Becky owning her very own place. They looked at me seriously. From now on, you don't have to worry about anything. Go wherever you want. If you need money, just ask us. We'll do our best to give you whatever we can. Life is a collection of experiences, so everyone should cherish their journey in this world. My eyes warmed, and I couldn't stop the tears from falling. My birth parents tossed me aside like trash, but my adoptive parents treat me so sincerely. They gave me the name Becky and treat me as their only treasure. Deep down, I knew I had to repay them. I want us all to live better lives. Holding the property deed, I felt steady. If my instincts are right, this house will be torn down soon, and we'll get a big payout. But until then, I need to work hard on my career. The upcoming fall job fair after graduation is a big deal. I need to choose a promising career path. With my fortunate streak, I'll probably get offers from countless top companies after just one day at the fair. But I still feel it's not enough. Just then, I heard an argument nearby. I looked up and saw Linda slap a senior in the face with arrogance. Do you know how much money my family has? I'm just here to experience life. Don't you dare reject me. The senior Linda hit was my best friend in undergrad. She helped me a lot. Her cheek was swollen, and Linda's ring left a bleeding cut. I walked over calmly and pulled Linda aside. I'll call the cops. My friend cried, holding my hand. Will I have a scar, Becky? No, you'll only get prettier. I smoothed over her wound and smiled, telling others to take her away. With my blessings, she'll heal quickly. Linda, seeing me, grew arrogant again. Call the cops, so what? Who's gonna side with poor nobodies like you? She whispered in my ear. If you're really so lucky, how come I can take everything from you so easily? I stayed calm. I believe staying away from people like you is a blessing, especially since your family's funds are running out, and they're about to go bankrupt. Linda fidgeted, glancing around nervously. What nonsense. Spreading rumors now. Her eyes darted around before she said, Oh, you're here for a job too? This company is the city's best, but besides stability, it offers little growth. So I ruled it out. But Linda misjudged the situation, shaking with anger. Why do you have to compete for every job I'm interested in? Why are you so sure they'll pick you when I didn't get the job? I ignored her and handed my resume to HR. Their eyes lit up. Do you really want to sign with us? You're amazing, all first places. Linda's face turned pale. No way, how are you first in everything? It's my good fortune and hard work, I replied. Unexpectedly, John, who was around Linda's age, was also nearby. Noticing the commotion, he walked over, looking at me with dislike. You really can't take a hint, still bothering Linda? Linda cried. I'm just trying to find a job to help my family. But she wants to take everything from me. John grabbed my resume and tore it apart. The pieces floated to the ground, along with a $10,000 card he tossed. People like you probably do anything for money. Take it and get lost, disgusting. I ignored the card, and John sneered. You're truly greedy, too stupid to realize the danger. He assumed I wanted to go home to play some long game, increasing his disgust. Give up. With me here, you'll never return home. You'll rot in your broke little house. Just then, my phone dinged with a message from the real estate office about the demolition. I didn't expect it to come so soon. Looking up, I smiled at John's and Linda's disgusted faces. They thought I wanted to go home for money, unaware I no longer cared for their small fortunes. I couldn't care less about your family's money. Ready to leave, Ken grabbed me. You act high and mighty to get our attention? He shoved me away roughly. Give up. No matter how hard you try, you'll never match Linda in our eyes. Seriously? Laughing, I showed them my phone. A $3 million demolition payout notification. You all are pretty arrogant. Do you not realize there are people wealthier than you? Pointing at Linda, I asked, If money solves everything, then why didn't the company choose her? Maybe your family isn't that special after all. Ken's face paled, understanding his family's financial issues. Yet he remained stubborn. So what? We'll still give Linda everything. Unlike some people destined for mediocrity. He mocked my family as onlookers grew uneasy. But Ken continued. Our Linda doesn't care what you think. Her life's pathway is already set in gold. You should be honored just to cross paths with her. I rolled my eyes. Looks like you guys are about to go broke and become the poor people you always talk about. I gave them a chance to ride my good luck wave. Even if they were a bit nicer to me, I wouldn't have left them alone. But they preferred to dig their own graves. With your so-called good luck charm? John laughed out loud. If you're so lucky, why is your family still broke? You dress like a country bumpkin. Sure, you might have good grades, but only poor kids need to try hard in school. We don't care. Linda saw Ken and John siding with her, and her smile widened. Good grades aren't everything. I'm just experiencing life. I'm ultimately going to run the family business, sis. Too bad. I couldn't care less about your failing company whose financials are in tatters. I pointed towards the restroom. In my eyes, it's worth less than a pile of crap. John was furious and rushed forward to kick me. A few seniors immediately stepped in front of me, holding him back. Who do you think you are? You think you can just hit people in our school? I took the opportunity to give John 5 quick slaps, and then kicked him hard in the groin while he stared at me in shock. That's payback for bullying me and for your family's insults. Instead of targeting me, maybe focus on keeping yourselves in check. And think about Linda's record of fooling around all through college. Can she actually land a job? After saying that, I happily walked away. And just my luck, I found a job at a major company I was eyeing and got hired. I didn't expect Linda to show up there too, in the same group as me. First day of the internship, she tossed a designer bag on my desk and spilled coffee while yelling, Becky, who told you to spill my coffee? I pointed to the security cameras without any expression. I didn't spill it. You can call the cops if you don't believe me. Linda wouldn't let it go and made a huge scene, insisting I ruin her designer bag. A colleague whispered, I saw you put your bag on Becky's desk. Before the words were even out, Linda threw a file at her. Did I ask for your opinion? Who do you think you are? When everyone else stayed silent, she pointed at me. This bag is worth 10 grand, and you have to pay up, not a cent less. I looked at the coffee-stained bag on the floor. That bag's last year's model. Aren't you keeping it too dearly? Is your family officially broke? Linda froze for a moment, shocked I knew about designer stuff. I just don't want my things messed up by someone like you. I don't care about money, but I can't let you get away with damaging my stuff. Fine, let's check the cameras to see what really happened to this bag. I headed towards the monitoring room. Even with my $3 million in compensation from the property buyout, I won't give Linda a dime. Linda protested again. Who do you think you are to get the footage just like that? She glanced at the silent manager, clearing her throat. My family pledged $1 million to this company. That's enough to buy all your lives, get it? I finally understood how she wound up in a company full of top students and returnees, but still planning $1 million investment for her. Maybe that's just love. The manager panicked, realizing her intent. No, we can't check the cameras. He looked at me, Becky, since you damaged Linda's bag, pay her. It's better than jail. I could see he was willing to sacrifice me for the company's benefit. Linda smirked. You poor folks, take a good look. Whatever I do here won't affect me at all. And you guys just have to bite the bullet, got it? Many were visibly frustrated. But I just laughed. $1 million investment? Does your family even have that much cash? Or is it just talk? The manager suddenly realized too, and made a call. After hanging up, he looked at Linda with disdain and annoyance. Linda, your family promised $1 million, so why isn't it here? The deadline is near, find a way to pay. Or we can't keep an all-failing student around. Linda's face turned pale. How could this be? Mom promised. How could the investment be missing? It's clear Linda's wealthy parents favor her, and tried to tear me down. Yet, with investment delays, the situation is likely. Their business crippled, nearing bankruptcy, unable to pay up. Everyone assumed Linda's about to get fired when John barged in with a card in hand. He gave me a hateful look. You seriously got everyone against Linda. You make me sick. I was speechless. Maybe she should reflect when everyone dislikes her. Ignoring me, he slammed the card against the manager's face. Is this about money? Here's 500 grand, now shut up. I noticed his keychain had an electric scooter key and couldn't help but chuckle. Guess John sold his beloved sports car. No wonder he whipped out that cash. The manager's nose bled. John glared at me. You must apologize to Linda today, or don't blame me for what happens next. I quipped, hands folded. Oh, what will you do? Use your crushed dignity, or the lower half of your body on me. John's face paled, likely recalling the time I kicked him down there. He gritted his teeth. We're not done over the last incident. How could you do this to your own brother? You should have just died out there. I said, just because you are my family didn't mean you treated me well. Besides, we signed a disownment agreement, so stop using our blood ties to morally blackmail me. John was all talk and no action, almost lunging to hit me before our manager stepped in. There's only 5 million here. When's the rest coming? Given the company's reputation, Linda won't have much peace until the agreement's fulfilled. John's face went pale. Linda clung to his hand, sniffling. John, Dad promised a full 10 million. I took this job to help out more. Don't worry, Linda, John assured, puffing out his chest. He even shot me a challenging look. You're the family's sweetheart, unlike some debt collector scum. We'll get you whatever you want no matter what. Hearing this, Linda finally grinned. Let's settle the money today then. I promised to give it my all at work. John hesitated, but soon enough his eyes lit up. It wasn't long before he sent over the remaining 5 million from his phone and showed it to me. See that? You might never see this much cash in your life, and definitely won't have such good fortune. The manager took the money, stopped targeting Linda, and left silently. The conversation shifted back to Linda's bag. She laid the IOU on the table. I know you're broke, but you can take out a high-interest loan or sell blood. Isn't that what poor folks do? I stopped holding back, showing the balance on my bank card. Watching their wide eyes, I settled into my chair. Linda, has no one ever told you you're not just arrogant, but also quite stupid? A mere 10 million stressed you out. I couldn't care less about that amount. I even had my adoptive father buy a few lottery tickets. I believe we'll see results soon. I joined this company because I value the sense of achievement from my own efforts. Even with financial security, I'm not short on cash. But like you said, having money doesn't mean I owe you. I'm not paying for something I didn't break. Linda flew into a rage. Where'd you get all that money? Did you steal it? I'm calling the cops on you. Just then, John's phone began to ring. Report it now. A furious voice from the other end ordered. The last 5 million from the company's account is gone. The creditors are at our door. John fumbled, too scared to admit he transferred it himself. Linda caught on quickly, pointing at me. It was Becky, she took all our money. We need her to return it all. Soon enough, their dad rushed over. He lunged at me, ready to hit. How did I end up with a daughter like you? I sidestepped him, letting him miss, reminding him. We signed a legal document severing all ties. Legally, I'm not your daughter. So stop calling me that. Linda yelled, it's all Becky's fault. The company's in this mess because of her. She should compensate not just the 10 million, but add another 20 million for breaking the cash flow. She was trying to bleed me dry. Despite expecting this, her audacity was still shocking. Their father, looking grim, demanded, tell me how you took the money. Who's helping you? I sighed. I don't have the password or fingerprints needed to move your money. He paused, looking back at Linda, who was feigning anger, and John, who was visibly guilty, finally piecing it together. Linda sneered, I don't buy her so-called luck. There's no way a poor girl like her has that much money. Even sleeping with rich old men can't make that happen overnight. She definitely stole it. In response, I pulled out proof of the demolition compensation. Every dime I have is from the legal sale of my properties. All records are legitimate. If you insist on accusing me falsely, feel free to take it to court. Their father squinted, so you're truly fortunate, aren't you? Switching tactics, he suggested, why don't you come home? You'll be our only daughter. Ignoring Linda's pale distress, their father beamed at me, happy to profit. I almost laughed. Really? If I return, you'll kick Linda out and recognize only me as your daughter? Of course, he assured, biological ties run deeper. Plus, you're a little charm magnet. He grinned, seeing me as a golden goose. John objected. How can you say that, Dad? You always said Linda was my only sister, your only daughter. Shut your mouth, their dad barked. I haven't dealt with your stunt yet. That was 5 million. Yanking John's ear, he continued. About your car, where is it? Sell it and bail us out. John, clearly nervous, stammered. To let Linda work here. You promised to invest $10 million in the company. Since you were slow delivering, I sold the car to meet that promise. The truth was finally out. Furious, the father's chest heaved. You fool. I regret even calling you my son. The manager then said quickly, the investment's been received. It's non-withdrawable, as per our agreement. But don't worry. Your monthly dividends should be around 10 to 20,000. It'll be deposited timely. To most, that's a lot. But for them, desperately needing immediate funds, it was peanuts. Resigned, the father pinned his hopes on me. Becky, with your luck, the family, our business will thrive. Reaching for my hand, I dodged him again. Your home couldn't handle me, remember? Linda said there's no place for me if she's around. He eagerly replied. Then she's out. And you'll be the one and only daughter, agreed? Daddy from the wealthy family sure knows how to cut deep with his words. But my mission was already accomplished, so I grabbed my bag. I'm just joking around. I'm not as cold-blooded as you. My adoptive parents raised me for over 10 years. And now it's time for me to repay them. They're my only parents. The wealthy dad gritted his teeth. Then you need to give us money to repay us for bringing you into this world. Just then, before I even realized it, my adoptive dad, who had come to bring me food and noticed I hadn't come downstairs, made his way up. He stood protectively in front of me. This is my daughter. Who gave you the right to yell at her? Then he turned to me, gently touched my cheek, and said softly, don't worry, honey. Dad won the lottery. We don't need to be afraid of them anymore. Having a good luck charm doesn't just affect the people around me. I'm particularly sensitive when it comes to financial luck. Before heading to work, I had already predicted the lottery numbers for my adoptive dad. He smiled from ear to ear, patting my head, calling me his lucky charm. Now that Dad's got money, he can give you a better life, and you don't have to endure any more insult and grievances from them. My adoptive father looked at me with loving eyes. Turning to the wealthy dad, he said sternly, no matter what, Becky is your biological daughter. When she didn't have this luck, you ignored her, and after bringing her back, you mistreated her. I won't hand her back to you. The wealthy dad snapped. What you say doesn't count. I linked my arm with my adoptive father's. I'll listen to what my dad has to say. With my good luck and my loving parents, I know my life will only get better. The supervisor wandered over and threw a card at the wealthy dad's feet. Initially, we agreed to the deal because it seemed like a promising business expansion. But now we see that getting involved with your money will just spell trouble. We'd rather not deal with people like you. Our boss will pay the penalty fee, but that means your daughter Linda will have to pack her things and go. Colleagues started helping Linda pack up her stuff, even tossing the $10,000 bag that had accidentally gotten coffee stained right at her feet. Hey princess, you might want to sell that bag on a resale site. Maybe it can help patch up some financial mess at home. Oh wait, but that bag is last year's trend. Who knows if it'll even sell? Linda glared back and pointed at everyone. You all listen to Becky and are picking on me, aren't you? Then she viciously turned to me. To get back to your family. How could you do something so despicable? I stepped forward, leaving my adoptive dad. I never wanted anything of yours. It's you with the victim complex every day. And it's your treasured father who said he'd give you up for money. What's so great about them? It was only now that I truly believed in my good luck. Born in this wealthy family, realizing the problems early on, which led to being mistakenly taken and raised by my adoptive family. They're everything to me, always giving me their best. All I wanted was to be their little lucky star. I coldly pushed away the wealthy dad's grasp. You chose to abandon me, so you have no right to expect me to stay. Not all mistakes can be forgiven, especially when I feel nothing towards them now. Debt collector calls came one after the other. The wealthy dad, in a fit of rage, started smashing things on his desk. Finally, he picked up a call. Wendy's frantic voice yelled, "We're broke, honey. You said there was $500,000. Pay it off first. Also, sell Linda's jewelry and bags and John's car." Linda heard and went berserk, grabbing the phone and screaming, "How dare you sell my stuff? How dare you?" My adoptive dad suddenly took my hand. "Your mom's lottery won us $100 million. We'll never have to worry again. The money's on your card now, Becky. Just do what you love. We'll always love you." I grinned happily. Are we going to be on the city's rich list now? Of course. But it doesn't matter if we do or don't. Your mom and I just want to give you the best. Looking at my satisfied dad, I helplessly smiled. There will always be people who cherish me. As for feelings not worth harboring, I glanced at the wealthy dad and Linda arguing, then turned away emotionless. Behind me, a loud crash from the floor-to-ceiling window, followed by Linda's heart-wrenching scream. You're useless. You can't even manage the company. We might as well die together. Linda and the wealthy dad, along with her designer bag, tumbled off the high rise like kites without strings. John stood there dumbfounded, and moments later collapsed to the floor, disbelief painted on his face. The mighty have finally met karma. With the lottery windfall, most was donated to charity to help those in need. There's enough left for my adoptive parents and me to live a happy life and pursue our dreams. Everything is good. The end.